Hi, everybody.
Hello.
This is totally the first time we're doing this intro. My name is Adam, aka Ricka,
Chris.
And I'm Sera.
and we're here for Point and Click, episode 1.
Woo!
We're playing Primordia.
Like we had something to do with it.
Yeah. Isn't that nice? It's like above us, like we're so cool.
Actually, I've only just noticed that the I is an exclamation point. Somehow I missed it
Oh, whoa.
for a long time.
You mean upside down?
Upside... No, it's...
No, it's an exclamation point.
Upside down I. But it's exclamation... Why is it an exclamation
but
point?
the more dia is different as
Right.
well.
Huh.
Weird. Whoa, we're already into this. We're already so
We're
deep into
We've
this.
been so excited for
The
this.
mysteries are already coming out right now.
The intro's beautiful, though.
I know, it's really pretty. And the
The,
music...
the art is fantastic.
Art's cool, music's cool. I've never played this before. I'm very excited.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
I saw a couple of screenshots of the art style, and I was just sold.
Yeah.
Immediately.
Yeah. It was interesting because I blew it up on this. We're playing on this TV, and it's just like, it still looks awesome.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
Just the pixel art is
Amazing.
just beautiful. It's so good.
And for reference, it might be on a big TV, but it's running at like 640 by 480.
Yeah.
And natively, like that's what it's made to
Native.
be at.
It's awesome. I mean,
Yeah,
no,
it looks
sweet.
great.
Very cool. So this is our pre-show area,
Mm-hmm.
hanging out.
We want to welcome you all to hang out with us. That's
Yes, of course.
Yeah.
So what's up?
Internet.
Internet, how are you?
No, we've been talking about doing this show for quite a while,
Yeah.
and just getting the logistics worked out and deciding on how we wanted to do it and when we wanted to do it and all the little details. We finally got it all together, and we're all pretty pumped.
Yeah.
This is constrained, but we're all pretty pumped.
Constrained, pumped. Right
Yeah.
now.
Adam was practically vibrating
I was like,
before.
yeah. It was like, whatever.
And it's just a really nice opportunity to kind of revisit this style of video game that's not so popular anymore. Like, it's not its heydays like it was back in the 1990s when, we were kids.
Yeah.
Not to date ourselves, but we were kids back then. And this was like the reigning supreme style of video game.
It was awesome.
Yeah.
to get your hands on.
And now what's great about it is that these, especially indie developers, like Wadjet Eye that made Primordia, they're taking these ideas that were formed back in the 90s for how adventure games are made, but then sort of reimagining the genre with some fresh ideas, newer technology, like different things that you could do today that you just couldn't then. Or
Yeah.
that
Or just hadn't been designed yet.
Yeah.
Ideas that haven't been designed in terms of gameplay.
I feel like it's really neat just seeing the indie scene kind of go back
Mm-hmm.
to that old art style too, and just kind of revitalize it. And just, I guess there was back in the day with pixel art, there was like the limitations of the hardware.
Yep.
But nowadays, it's like you can do whatever you want and still make it pixely and cool.
Yeah.
So that's another thing about the art style. But as far as the games go, I played a bunch of. I was like, oh yeah, I was a kid just sitting there, totally not knowing what to do, and just like failing and dying miserably.
goodness.
But
absolutely.
so
Gosh, there were so many games back in the day that, God, the King's Quest games kicked my
Yeah.
ass. They were so hard. It wasn't until, you got to, visit your, next door neighbor who was older than you and be like, do you know how to get past the snake on the trail to get into the mountains? I need a tambourine.
There was no internet. There was
Where
no
do I
internet.
get that?
Yeah.
Right,
No
until
internet.
you had one
Yeah.
friend that you knew got the internet.
Yeah.
It was a big deal when you got the internet.
Because he had all of the knowledge of the world.
Of the world.
Yeah,
for video
exactly.
games and
Right.
everything.
And
yeah.
just...
The
yeah.
very first website that I ever went to was for a video game.
Right.
Yeah.
Cool. That's awesome. I wish I remembered the first website I went to. That's pretty
It
cool.
was the website for the Neverhood,
Nice.
which is a point
and click game.
Yeah.
Point and click.
I remember getting stuck in Myst and not being
Oh,
able
yeah.
to progress until my parents got me the strategy guide for Christmas.
Yep.
That's sweet.
And I just had to wait because I didn't know what to do. I felt like I had exhausted my options, and the only thing you could do was be like, Mom, Dad, please,
Can we buy it?
please,
Can we buy
please,
it?
give me this book.
And back then, the strategy guide was damn near as much as the game
Oh,
was.
it's huge. I
Yeah,
still
yeah,
have it.
yeah.
It's
but-
really
but
thick.
It's like you go out and be like, okay, so you convince your parents this. Like, all right, you got me this game for Christmas or whatever. Now, spend about that much again
Yeah.
on a book that tells me how to play the game that you just got me.
Yeah.
Wait,
Yeah.
why can't you figure it out yourself? Isn't that the fun of it? Like, I got
Yeah,
that a lot.
yeah,
You know,
yeah.
like,
Yeah.
I was like, yeah, but
It's hard.
We're stuck and it's hard.
It's really hard, Mom and Dad. Please, I want to do all of it.
So actually, in this sort of mom and dad metaphor,
Mom and
that's
Dad.
what you're here for.
You're Mom and Dad.
Because we're gonna get stuck.
We're not even going to ask you for money.
No.
All you have to do.
You don't have to buy us anything.
No.
This is the beauty of the future.
You don't have to do anything to money.
We live in the future.
Yeah. If you want, you can tweet at us with hashtag Point and Click Show, or you can chat us in Twitch, and we'll like take your suggestions and go the routes, even if it kills us. If we agree,
we'll do it.
I mean, we're gonna have to, of course, talk it
happen.
over, but it's
Yeah.
gonna happen. We're gonna die a lot. So, also, you guys got to remind us to save, because
Yeah.
I know with these with these.
That's the thing.
I can remind us of that.
That's the thing.
And it's not just save. We have to make different save files because in case we screw something up, we have to go back to an
We
earlier-
crossed some point of no
I
return.
don't,
Yeah.
I don't know if that's something that got programmed out of these newer games, but
I hope not.
classic point
actually,
and clicks, you have to do.
Now that you mention
And
it, I actually don't know if you can die in this.
Oh, really?
I don't know if death is a thing.
Okay.
but
Maybe.
failure is always
Oh, failure's
Failure
a thing,
is
but
always a
I don't
thing.
know if you can just die.
Yeah.
interesting.
That'd be cool to find out, because like, I mean, it's almost worse when you don't die, because it's worse when like the world shapes around you and like, oh, I did that.
I don't-
like
ooh.
something's changed and I don't know if I can go back or not, guys.
Yeah.
Or if you see something change and you go, I don't even know if I did that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Is that part of this?
yeah. That's really neat about the choice. I mean, obviously, point and click. You make a choice, you have to stick with that choice, and like a lot of games nowadays, they kind of took that out, like you said, and it's like a lot
Yeah.
more hand holding.
Yeah.
A lot
Yes,
more like
yes. Like in Myst, if you didn't do things in the
Oh, they
right
didn't
order,
tell you.
like you could have screwed some things up that wouldn't have let you progress in the game anymore.
Oh,
Yeah.
jeez.
It was brutal.
Yeah.
I can't speak for
Now,
Riven.
can you remember
but
what was the first one you played? The very first point and click.
point and click?
Name of the show.
There you go.
Hashtag point and click show.
I can't remember if it was King's Quest V or Day of the Tentacle.
Sure.
Oh, I heard David Tentacle's really good.
Yeah.
It's amazing.
Yeah.
They're releasing it, like doing like an HD remake release of it this year. Just like I kind of wonder if they're getting back into fashion again because they just did that big release of Grim Fandango.
Oh, yeah.
Which is amazing.
It
And
is
then
very
now
good.
Day of the
Have you guys played
Tentacle
it?
is supposed to come out later this year.
Oh,
so
that's sweet.
That game is amazing.
Later this year, possibly just in
Yeah.
time for us to
That
play.
game is so good.
Let us know, should we do it?
Question mark in the chat
Yeah.
or on the comments by the
So-
time this hits YouTube.
What about you?
My first was probably, I'm trying to think because I know the first one that pops in my head is King's Quest 6, but that one is so
With Alexander.
with Alexander. That had to be it. I think
Yeah.
that's it. Alexander. Yeah. It was all so intense. Alexander looks at the tree. It's a tree.
Well,
And it
it's
was
just
like-
so funny because that whole game is just him being like, I'm running off, Mom and Dad, to that girl that was enslaved by that evil wizard who had trapped us all in King's Quest V.
Yeah.
And now I'm going to just show up on her doorstep and be like, hey, marry me. Remember me?
What up? Yeah.
My dad saved your life. You know, pony up.
Come on.
He's practically showing up with the boombox.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
And he's such a weenie too. Like,
Yeah.
He
Oh,
was always
gosh.
just so weak,
Oh, yeah.
and he couldn't swim, and the undertow, and I was
Yes.
like, not the undertow.
Everything got
Killed
him.
you 100 times.
Yeah.
He just exudes social awkwardness, which is just really hard.
Yeah.
I took a mint.
Maybe
Yeah,
that-
yes.
Like,
maybe that's why it appealed to us so much.
Maybe.
Like it just exudes the social awkwardness. And we're like, oh, I get that.
Alexander,
I
I feel you,
identify
man. I got you, bro.
Alexander, we're like this.
Yeah. I got you, bro. That's awesome. Yeah,
Yeah.
I remember that one dude who had the glowy eye, where like he was like a shapeshifter.
Sure.
You remember that? And then like his eye would glint, and you'd be like, "That's the bad guy," like
Yeah.
Because he was that one dude that sat in the town market going, "Old lamps for new."
Yeah, and you'd
Yeah.
say it every time you'd come into that like walking
And even as a
screen.
kid, you were like, wait a minute. That doesn't make any sense.
No.
Business decision. This doesn't.
Yeah.
You walk in, something's fishy about this.
Yeah.
Giving out old.
I feel like I don't want to give him an old lamp.
You
Yeah.
figure it out that he's trying to find a genie in the
Sure.
lamp, so
Oh,
any
sure.
old lamp that he
But
can
even a
get
kid
is-
goes,
Yeah, it's fishy.
yeah.
It's super fishy.
Yeah.
yeah.
What was your first one?
Monkey Island,
Oh, sweet.
comma the curse
Oh,
of.
The Curse of.
those
The Curse
games-
of.
Monkey Island.
That was a game I wanted to play,
Yeah.
but my computer needed more RAM,
Oh, yeah.
and my parents would not buy it for me,
Yeah,
so
no.
I couldn't play it.
Oh.
That too had a really sweet HD re-release.
Oh, sweet.
really?
And what's really
Uh-oh.
cool on that one, if you play, I think it's all of them, but I got the Steam one. You can flip on the fly between the
Oh.
old graphics and the new graphics.
Oh, cool.
Oh, right. I remember
Yeah.
that now.
So you can just see where things are the same, where things are better, how they change things.
Yeah,
And it's a really well done re-release of it.
that's sweet.
I can't even remember where it was. I think the companies did this, like, back when you would buy those games from LucasArts and whatnot, that you would register the game or something, or
Yeah.
somehow.
Yeah.
And somehow they would send you these tempting little discs, CD-ROM discs in the mail, where it'd be like, here's some couple chapters of our new game that we're coming out.
Yeah.
And you would be like, oh my god, and you'd put it in and you'd like play like a chapter of Monkey Island, and you'd be like, I have to have this, and then you realize what the PC specs are or whatever, and
You're
you're
like,
gonna play it.
In your case, yeah.
Like, I seriously had that for Jedi Knight Dark Forces 2. I held on to
wow.
that thing for 2 years because the only time we could play it was when we go to my cousin's house because they had Windows
That's pretty
95.
sweet. Oh man, just
And
like
we still had 3.1, so we couldn't play it.
no.
I think I got that.
Taking the disc somewhere. That is so fun. That's
Oh,
like
yeah.
it's not a thing anymore.
Right, no.
You have to
No.
take your Steam account or something like that. Like,
Exactly.
I think
so
I got the
great.
same disc as you because it had the demo of Outlaws on it.
Yes.
And I played the
Sorry,
demo. I played.
Marshall. Yeah,
I played the
that.
demo of Outlaws like 100 times.
That
Just
was
the demo.
so much
Just the
fun.
demo.
It was really fun because they would plop you in a good level in the game where it was like
Yeah, like
it was a
it's
shootout.
something juicy.
You were doing a
Yeah.
shootout in the town. Like the Jedi Knight level was that level where you
It was always the best part.
it was the one where you started off and there were the Ugnaughts sitting everywhere on the machinery and you could just like concussion rifle and like just atom bomb the whole room.
This game is awesome! I gotta play this all the time!
And you went in and it was like you were going into a core reactor or something and you had to like work your way down through this. Oh god, that game was so good.
But that was Jedi Knight 1?
Dark
Forces
War,
2,
yeah,
Jedi
it was,
Knight
I
1.
think it was Jedi Knight 1.
Yeah.
Sweet.
Because then they did come out with a Jedi Knight 2 where you played as Mara Jade.
Yeah, that was
Oh.
sweet.
And that
Mara
that
Jade.
game was
But-
really hard.
But the first one was you were Kyle Katarn?
Yes.
Mhm.
Oh yeah, okay. It's all coming back to me. You
I know.
Yeah.
Those
That's
games,
the one you could throw the lightsaber, right? And
Yes.
it would like,
Yes,
and like
yep.
come back. Yeah. They still need to get lightsabers good in games, but
know.
we'll talk about that later.
Yeah.
That's for another episode.
Yeah, Bethesda can nail that one down for us.
Bethesda, yeah.
Yeah.
Do it.
They did it with swords. Just do it with lightsabers.
Come on,
on.
guys. Come on.
You're teasing us.
All right. Should we play? Should we dive
Should
into
we
this?
fire
Yeah,
this up?
let's do this.
Go for it.